Hi, I'm Paul, a voice actor from the Netherlands who's been in business for over 40 years now. I live and work in Vermont, and I am done doing voiceovers. In this series I explain why, and I'd like to give you some tips along the way. You know what most people take for granted until something bad happens? Have a guess. You're right, their health. They take their health for granted, and I'm guilty as charged. I thought I was leading my best life as a serial sitter in my soundproof voiceover studio. I got paid to talk. How cool is that? I ate whatever I wanted to eat and how much I wanted to eat, and when I was done recording and editing and doing my admin and doing my social media, I watched Netflix all night long, still sitting on my big fat behind. There's a reason why so many of my voiceover colleagues are overweight and diabetic and have turned to drugs like Ozempic. They sit still all day long and stare at the screen. And because they're voice actors, their looks don't matter, so you can get away with being a slob. I did. I was like that. Overweight and out of shape, I didn't even know I had AFib, which is short for atrial fibrillation. It means I have a dangerously fast and irregular heartbeat. They say sitting is the new smoking, and leading a successful, sedentary life eventually caught up with me big time. Let me tell you about that. So one day, some 6 years ago, I was recording in my hermetically sealed studio and I suffered a massive stroke. Half of my body was paralyzed. I had a piercing headache like I'd never had before, and part of my face was drooping and my speech became slurred. And worst of all, I was home alone, and the noises I tried to make to alert the neighbors made no difference because I had locked myself up in a soundproof room. I fell to the floor, that I remember, trying to breathe the remaining oxygen when I passed out. But to cut a very long story short, that evening I did not show up to a meeting I was supposed to go to. A meeting my wife Pam also attended, and when I did not arrive, something told her that I was in serious trouble. She called friends of ours who were in the neighborhood to check in on me, and also asked the police to do a welfare check just to be sure. Now remember this, when someone has a stroke, time is of the essence. The faster you can get help, the greater the chance of recovery. Till this day, I have no idea how much time went by before they found me, paralyzed and gasping for air. The important thing was that I was rescued in the nick of time. A helicopter took me to a stroke center, where a specialist removed a big blood clot from my brain and saved my life. And when I woke up in the ICU, I couldn't walk and I could not talk. What they didn't tell me was that they had nearly lost me twice while operating on me. How did I survive? I'll tell you about that in my next installment. So stay tuned, okay? Because I'm still here. I'm not going away. Bye.